Hi everyone. Today we are going to go through Kualitee, and we're going to see how it can help you with your test management processes. So starting off, you can see that I'm redirected to my dashboard screen where it's showing me that I have 71 test scenarios, 250 test cases, and 25 defects. We have our requirements where you can see my requirements to test case coverage. You can see that the test cases section shows you the test case, status, the executed test cases. You can see that I have a few in rejected and approved, and within the pending approval status, you can see your test case, progress, the failure, and you can also redirect to the defect screen where it's going to show you all the details as per the defects. So, if I scroll down, you can see that defects by severity by status, the closure efficiency, active defects, reopened, and the defect statistics. Once you've seen all the details within a project, you can just go to the dashboard and you can click on the global dashboard. What this is going to do is that it's going to show you the details as per each project. So on the x-axis, you can see that I have a bunch of different projects, and on the y-axis, I have the number of defects. The same goes with the defects by status, by severity, by type, by priority, and the defect summary for the last two answers as well. You can download these for offline viewing too. So next up, we're going to go to the project management section, where we can click on New Project, add in the project name. And then from the drop-down, you can select the project type as well. These values are customizable, and if I select Web, it's going to show me operating system and browsers. And if I select Responsive Web, it's going to show me operating system devices and the browsers. Once that's done, you can go to the Team section, where you can add in the users within your team. So you can just click on this checkbox right next to their name and click on Save Team. And that person is going to be added or removed from the team. You can click on Invite User to invite someone within your team as well. Simply add in the first name, the last name, email, username, role, and the projects you want to add them within. And once that's done, next up, you're going to add in your build. This can be your sprint or anything else that you want to add in. So I'm just going to click on Create New Build. You can add in the build ID, mention the start and the end date, and add in the description, and your build is going to be created and shown in this list right here. Now we're going to go to the requirements section to create any new requirements that we might have. So you can just click on your requirement, add in the details such as the requirement title, and then the description. You can add in your own custom fields as well. You can select the field type as anything that is listed within this drop-down here, add in the name, the description, and you have the option to make this field required as well. You can add a new additional details. So if you want to add in your module, you can add that in, and you can select that from the drop-down here. So, if I select one as a builder sprint, 101. And if I have any more builds, it's going to be shown in this drop down right here. Next, we have our requirement type. We have a status, our attachments, comments, and we can assign this requirement to someone within the team as well. And you can see that my custom fields are also being displayed right here. Once that's done, your requirement is going to be created and show on in this list right here. You can also bulk import your requirements as well simply by downloading the template that has been provided by Kualitee, and you can populate this complete file and upload it right here. We also present to you the feature of Kualitee, which is the AI model where you can create your own test cases simply by giving a requirement. So, if I can add in any sort of requirement, let's say which can be switching on cell phone, deducting money from my at the moment, anything like that, Kualitee is going to generate my test cases, which can further be imported within my test suite, and to demonstrate that, I'm just going to add in, let's say, log into a banking app. And I'm going to click on Go. And since I've already utilized this test case, I'm just going to view it. Click on Action, and you can see that the test cases against the different cases have been shown. I can just click on the eye icon right here. You can see the test case, name the summary, and then the detailed steps. You can import these test cases within your test suite as well. Simply by clicking on this checkbox importing these test cases, and you can see that my test cases have been imported successfully. We are going to go and create our test cases. So for that, just click on the test management section, click on New Test Case, where you can again create your own custom fields as well. Just provide a test case, name the summary of that test case, select the build, the module, and then the requirement. If you have any, you can select the status as pending approval, approved or rejected. Select the testing type, and these values are customizable as well. You can add in your precondition, your detailed steps. Simply click on multi-steps to have individual steps to have within your execution. You can add in individual attachments as well, and then you can add step and add in as many steps as you want as well. Next up, you can add in your postcondition, your execution type. If you wish to select request approval from someone within the team, you can view that from here, select the priority, which can be anything, and again, you can add in your custom values here as well. You can assign this particular test case to someone within the team, add in your comments, your attachments, and we have our custom fields here as well. And once you're done, the test case is going to be created successfully. And if you're not currently using Kualitee, you can always bulk import your test cases as well, simply by downloading the template and then bulk importing here as well. We have the Hootie feature on this particular screen as well, where you can just add in the test scenario and your test cases are going to be generated. So we created a different test cases. And you can see that a few of them are in pending state. So you can approve these test cases as well or reject them accordingly simply by clicking on the checkbox here, or if you wish to click on all the test cases you can do so as well. Just go to Actions, click on Status, and then you can approve or reject the test cases accordingly as well. And once that's done, the relevant status to those test cases is going to be marked successfully as well. As you can see right here, both of my test cases have been approved. You can bulk edit your test cases as well, simply again, by going to the Actions section. And if you wish to assign anything to that, and I'm just going to select the priority as low for both of them. And I'm just going to click on Apply. And once that's done, you can see that the priority has been changed accordingly as well. Now that we've created our test cases, the next step is going to be to execute these test cases. For that, go to the test lab, click on Test Cycles, where you can click on Create Cycle to create your own custom cycle. And I'm just going to write in the name as Regression Cycle for the second quarter. If you wish to select any build and you want to associate it with that, you can do that. You can assign it to someone within the team, enter the start and the end date. And you can also arrange the test cases in a sequential order, or you can make the cycle visible only to the assignees as well. And once that's done, you're going to click on Save. And your test cycle has been created successfully, and now you're going to add the test cases within this particular cycle. So I'm just going to select this particular build, and now all the test cases within this build are all going to be added within my relevant cycle. So I'm just going to add in 2 more. Click on Move, select the cycle from the drop-down, click on Move, and you can see that my test cases have been added within my cycle. And when I click on Execute, it's going to redirect me to my next screen, where I can begin executing my test cases. And also, for that, you can also see that I have a bunch of different test cycles created beforehand, and I can just click on one test cycle, and I can just start executing these as well, if I want to. So, I just selected a particular cycle where you can see that there are few within the not run state, and I'm just going to click on this button right here. And then you can see that this is where the multi-step feature comes into play. So if I select the status as passed, and I can add in my comments as well, I'm going to click on Execute. And you can see that my test case step has been executed successfully, which can be seen within my executions as well. Next, you can do the same thing for step 2, where you can mark it as failed. And you can see the same thing within the executions. So within the execution section, if you go to the actions, you can attach any sort of files within that as well. So if you wish to add in any proof of testing, you can do that as well. And again, you can select the status of the test case as a whole as well. So I'm just going to mark it as failed, and I'm just going to click on Execute. And once you go to the actions, you can see the Add Defect and Attach Existing Defect section. So, if you click on Attach Existing Defects, you can just select the defect that has been created beforehand and click on Attach. And what this is going to do is that this particular defect is going to be attached within this particular execution. But if you wish to create a new defect against it, rather than attaching an old defect, or if it's a new defect, you can simply just click on the actions. And then you can click on Add Defect, which is going to redirect me to my next screen, which is the defect management. Now that we directed to our defect management screen, you can add in the defect description, the steps to reproduce. For example, I'm just going to add login feature is not working. I can add in my steps, so it can be step 1, step 2, or anything that you want to add in. You can add in your additional details as well, and since this test case failed, and now the defect created is corresponding to that particular test case, you can see that the build, the module, and the requirement have already been populated. You can add in your defect type, again simply add in, or you can simply select it from the drop-down value. Select the severity. Again, this is customizable as well. You can select the status of this particular defect as well, and then you can also add in your actual result or your expected result, and then you have your comments as well. You can assign this defect to a particular person within the team, select the priority if you have any, and these values are customizable as well. You can select that defect view as your attachments if you have any, and once that's done, you can click on Save. And you can see that the defect has been created successfully, and this time once you go to this execution, you can see that within the defect ID, it's going to show us the exact defect that we just created right now. So this is how the defect management feature works as well, and also you can just go to the defect management section, and what this is going to do is that it's going to direct you to this particular section where you can click on New Defect to create a new defect from scratch, and it's not associated to any sort of execution as well. So, the screen is going to be the same as we populated earlier on. All the details are going to be the same, but this time, it's all going to be empty, and you can add in all the details. And a new defect is going to be created successfully. The bulk import feature is also accessible on this section as well, where you can download the template that is provided to you by Kualitee. And you can populate the data within it, and then bulk import them by clicking on this button right here. Next up, Kualitee offers a really extensive reporting feature. You can see that currently I am at the defect report section, where I can select the filters, and I can select the attributes for extended search as well, where I'm just going to select the severity. I'm going to select the status, and I'm just going to select the cycle. I'm going to click on Generate Report, and you can see that my report has been generated successfully with the attributes that I selected. You can download these reports for offline viewing as well. Next, we have our cycle comparison report, where you can compare the different cycles within Kualitee. So you can select a max of 5 cycles, the results are going to displayed, and the test case results are also going to be displayed. I'm just going to select a few different cycles, and I'm going to click on Compare Cycles. And you can see that the details are going to be shown accordingly. Next, we have our test cases report, which is the same as the defect report. Here, you can see that I'm just going to select my module name. My summary and my priority, the build, I'm going to select all the builds, the module, all the modules. And I'm going to select the executed status as passed. I'm going to click on Generate Report. You can see that the attributes that I selected, everything is going to be shown accordingly, and again you can download these reports for offline viewing as well. This is the same for the test execution report as well. We have our traceability reports for the build, the requirement, and the test case. For now, I'm going to show you the build traceability report. I am going to select a build, and I'm just going to generate a tree. What this does is that it gives the user a visual of what exactly is being done within the particular project. And if they want to view the details, or if you wish to drill down further, you can do so by simply selecting the module and by clicking the Generate Tree option again. And you can see that I have my build, then I have my module, then I have my requirement, my test scenario and my test cases. And if you have any defects associated with these further, they are going to be shown as well. I'm just going to click on the Select module once again, and I'm going to click on Generate Tree again. Let's zoom out. And you can see that I have a defect, which is also being displayed right here. We also have our Schedule Reports section, where you can schedule your reports for sending these at a later time. And if you wish to reduce your overhead, simply click on Create New Schedule. You can select the report type, which can be a defect. In my case, I'm going to select the Save Template, and I'm going to select the frequency, the report format, the report time, the time zone that you are currently operating in, and if you wish to share it within different team members as well. Once I click on Save, this report is going to be scheduled to be sent to the teammates that I selected, and within the frequency that I selected. Also, you can see the different integrations that Kualitee offers by going to the Settings section, click on Integration, and you can see that Kualitee currently offers integrations within different tools within the market, such as Selenium, Jira, GitLab, GitHub, Redmine, Asana, Jenkins, Azure, Trello, ClickUp, CircleCI, Bitbucket, Cypress and Slack. So, as of now, Kualitee does offer these different integrations, and we keep on adding as we go, so it's going to be updated periodically, and as per the requirements of the customers as well. So if you like this complete demonstration, and if you wish to reach out to us, you can do so. Simply email us at team@kualitee.com, or you can schedule a call with us as well. Thank you. The site is under construction.